What I want Democrats to do, honestly, is to say, it's okay. Like, if Donald Trump wins, democracy will not end, the Constitution will not end, we're not going to live in a dictatorship, there will not be a bloodbath. All the things they say that are totally fabricated, to me, it would be a good day to stop doing that. The most important thing that could possibly happen.
Classy as always is the media, am I right? So despite all of their attempts trying to gaslight us about how Trump is inciting violence and right-wingers are the source of division in this country, it is now more or less confirmed that the Trump assassin on Sunday was politically motivated, and he was politically motivated by left-wing, a lot of mainstream media rhetoric, actually. And watch as this FBI expert comes on CNN to explain why a lot of their rhetoric may have contributed to this assassin's motives, and he says it to their face.
What does the fact that he wanted to survive say to you?
It says that he's not, first, he's not suicidal, apparently. He wasn't going to take his own life if he was almost being captured. Clearly, we saw that he was captured without that. And it tells me that he's probably much more politically motivated. The last shooter in Pennsylvania, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to promote him in any way, but he was clearly a guy that was looking for the notoriety of taking that shot. I would think we're going to find that this guy's extremely politically motivated and that he probably was spurred on by much of the political diatribes that are going on these days, talking about Trump, equating him to Hitler and things like that. So I don't think this is the last we'll see of crazies out there trying to do this.
Folks, if you enjoy the content, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. But talking about Trump equating him to Hitler, gee, I really wonder who has been doing that a lot.
Trump down that dark rabbit hole of parroting Nazis.
Well, as long as you mention it, as you know, Donald Trump a couple times over the weekend referred to immigrants from South America, Africa, and Asia. He did not mention Europe. South America, Africa, and Asia as, quote, poisoning the blood of our country, which it's not hyperbole. That does very directly echo Adolf Hitler's language before World War II, before the Holocaust.
So, you know, all this talk about toning down the temperature and healing the division in our country, and they say that Trump has to do that. Trump has to go out there and apologize for... He's the one who just got shot at. And you have FBI experts on your own network explaining that a lot of your own rhetoric is what has translated to this type of stuff. But needless to say, CNN is not exactly taking it very well. In fact, they brought Don Lemon, of all people, after what happened with this guy, because CNN instead is still scrambling and running around in circles trying to blame Donald Trump's own assassination attempt on Donald Trump and claiming it's his rhetoric that somehow caused this. And to do so, they even brought back Don Lemon, which is highly ironic. I don't know why Don Lemon would want to show his face there ever again, but you know, I don't know. These people are really that desperate. And listen to what Don had to say literally one day after Trump just survived another assassination attempt. They're doing this.
Crooked Joe, Crooked Hillary, Crooked Kamala, Comrade Kamala, deranged Jack Smith, bird brain Nikki Haley, bloodbath if he's not elected. There won't be another election if he's not elected. Bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, poisoning the blood of our country, destroying the blood of our country, which was something that was Hitler-esque. Communist, Marxist, fascist, left-leaning that live like vermin. Sons of bitches to NBA players. Shithole countries. Haiti was one, and now he's blaming Haitian immigrants for things. Blood coming out of her wherever, as he talked about Megyn Kelly. And so if Donald Trump wants Kamala Harris and others to stop saying that he is a threat to democracy, then he should stop threatening democracy. Perhaps he shouldn't be trying to overturn elections, overthrow the government, and inciting insurrections if he doesn't want people to be honest about what he is, who he is, and what he's doing.
Okay, so first of all, let me just say that Don Lemon groveling back to CNN after what they did to him, after the way they fired him simply for a 2 to 3 minute TV hit, absolutely insane, bro. How desperate are you for a little bit of attention? Like, does this guy seriously have that little self-respect that he just goes crying back to the network that treated him like absolute garbage? Don't know, don't exactly care. But again, the greater point here is this is essentially actually victim blaming, right? You're looking at this guy after another assassination attempt and just saying, well, he's still the bad guy. You know, he's still the one inciting all the violence. Look at what he said. What about? They are literally saying on CNN that a lot of CNN's own rhetoric contributed to this, and it's still a whataboutism. You're still trying to blame Trump. Luckily, someone was willing to bring a little bit of common sense to the network, because this guy, you may have seen him recently, he's garnering a lot of attention. Scott Jennings, the one Republican CNN contributor, sets the whole situation straight. Take a look.
They have tried to kill this man twice, okay? He got shot in the ear, and this guy was sitting up shop outside of a golf course to try to kill him this weekend. And I know after something like this happens, it's very fashionable to, talk about rhetoric on both sides. Donald Trump is the target, okay? He's the current target, and it's happening, and it's happened again.
Exactly. You hear that, Don Lemon? Okay? God forbid. Right? I don't want it. I obviously disavow all violence, but this is happening to one candidate in the race. Okay? So you want to have this discussion about divisive rhetoric. Who is it happening to, and whose divisive rhetoric is the one contributing to it? Because it's a one-way street at the current moment. Again, God forbid, right? I don't want there to be any copycats. I don't want anyone to do anything stupid or crazy or insane or deranged, but that's the current situation. And if you're not willing to admit that, then you're straight up in denial.
And I just, honestly, we have to have a conversation about elections. If you lose an election, the country's not going to come to an end, okay? What I want Democrats to do, honestly, is to say, it's okay. Like, if Donald Trump wins, democracy will not end, the Constitution will not end, we're not going to live in a dictatorship, there will not be a bloodbath. All the things they say that are totally fabricated, to me, it would be a good day to stop doing that. The most important thing that could possibly happen, in my opinion, is for everybody to agree, especially Democrats, that the country is not going to be irreparably damaged if Democrats lose, that the Constitution is not going to go away, democracy is not going to come to an end, there will be no bloodbath, there will be no dictatorship on day one, which they all say all day long on this network and others. If everyone could just agree that that kind of hyperbolic statement will not take place anymore, and that it's not been true every time it's been said, that would be a step in the right direction. And I know everybody's talking today about all the rhetoric in this country and what are we going to do to fix it going forward. Folks, it's too late. It's too late, in my opinion, because all the rhetoric about Donald Trump over the last several years, that he's a threat to democracy, that the country will come to an end if he gets elected president again.
Well, newsflash, they have done nothing to try to fix the rhetoric, so it doesn't even matter, really, does it?
Even over the weekend, we had people blaming him and J.D. Vance for a bomb threat in Springfield. Well, if you have believed that over the weekend, then how can you not believe that the rhetoric leading up to today is not somehow responsible for the fact that this man has now survived 2 assassination attempts? So what I want Democrats to do, honestly, is to say, it's okay. Like, if Donald Trump wins, democracy will not end, the Constitution will not end, we're not going to live in a dictatorship.
Boom, and by the way, those bomb threats they're talking about were not even determined to be from American citizens. It's actually being called in by some type of foreign source, likely just trying to interfere in the U.S. election. Take a listen.
Mr. Trump, his running mate J.D. Vance continue to make baseless claims about Haitian immigrants in Ohio. This weekend, there were new bomb threats in that town.
Each one of which has been responded to, and each one of whom has been found as a hoax.
So look, here's the conclusion in the current situation. Heated political rhetoric exists on both sides in this country. That is absolutely true. But when it comes to the violence and the assassination attempts, currently, again, God forbid, that is a one-way street. Now, the media could do a couple things with that information. They could say they apologize. They could also just say, well, it's not our responsibility, right? If we go out and say something and then some lunatic, some psychopath takes those words out of context, that's not our fault. And to me, that would actually be a semi-acceptable response. You should probably stop comparing Trump to Hitler anyway, because it's stupid, but still, okay, at least I understand that. But they are taking the worst possible angle they possibly can, which is to instead say, look, those assassination attempts that you're seeing right in front of your eyes against Donald Trump, no, they're not the real problem. Actually, it's Trump's fault. No, but it's actually Trump's rhetoric that is causing assassination attempts against him. It's not our own rhetoric. Like, how hard is it to just say Trump survived another assassination attempt, and based on everything that we know thus far, it seems like it was left-wing rhetoric that may have incited this guy to do it. But hey, we're not responsible because we never said to kill the guy. How hard is that to say? But no, instead they want to do all these mental gymnastics. They still want to talk about how Donald Trump bad, even as he is dodging bullets in the streets. It is what it is. That said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on CNN's coverage and this entire situation down in the comment section below. Be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you are new, follow me on X and all of my social medias, link in the description, and until next time, God bless and peace.